think that we should be good here, that we should be live. I should be seeing something appear any second. I'm a couple minutes early just to make sure that everything's streaming correctly. I've got a couple of screens on over here on my side here, so bear with me while I make sure everything is going where it's supposed to be going. Okay, yep, it's going there fine. Not seeing me on Facebook. Let me refresh here and see if it's going here, which it should be. We'll see if Mel's here. Mel's going to pull it on over to the center page. I would imagine that the live stream might not be right there. So, all right. Let's trust that this is working. Well, if you'll shoot me a text if you've got this, just to ensure everything's going okay. There we go. Let me go over to the center here. See if Mel's got over there. Sorry for all this setup stuff, guys. This is new for me. So I'm not well versed yet. Let me see. Carl group. Okay. Loading, loading, loading. Well, we are going to go ahead. Hopefully in one of the places you guys are able to find me okay. Okay. I'm getting a text from the center. Let me respond to that. I'm going to put my my microphone on pause for a second here, and bear with me just a sec. Well, I won't even pause my microphone. Oh. Our Panera delivery is there. Thank you, Dan, for picking that up. I've not heard from those guys, so I don't know if they're meeting downtown. If anybody has any information about that, please let me know. Okay, we're putting the phone on Do Not Disturb now. And I was hoping that I could get to a place where I could see what was going on so I can get some feedback here. Because I'm going to try putting on some music, and hopefully it won't be too loud or overwhelming, so we can do a nice meditation here this morning. Let me go to my audio settings here. I should have some nice background music, and hopefully you can hear my voice over that for now, and then we'll bring up the music and meditate together. I'm going to start today with an opening prayer. Let us know together that there is just one thing going on. One power, one presence, one life. It is the thing that animates every single one of us here on planet Earth. It animates the leaves and trees and grass, and it is the water. It is life everywhere. It is abundantly so everywhere and influences everything. It is peace, it is calm, it is joy. It is love, it is laughter, it is all things good. It is what we are made of. And there is no separation between us and this thing called God, this thing called life. Here's what I know for sure. I'm creating a very specific intention today. An intention that this celebration rolls forward without a single hitch. It brings peace, calm, love, and life for each and every person watching this video, each and every person watching this stream. There is only good here, there is only God here. And this experience of good in God is accelerated and accentuated because we are coming here together as a community. Together alone is what they're saying, or alone together is what they're saying. That's what we are today. We are never alone. We are never alone. For we are always in the one thing. So I'm just so grateful to have this time together. It is in that gratitude that I let go of God. It is done. And so it is. All right. I'm going to do meditation. We'll make it about 15, 20-minute meditation, something like that. I got my little timer going on my watch here. And so let's go. I invite you to close your outer eye if you are comfortable. And allow the inner eye to open. Let us go to that part within that has never been hurt, harmed, or in danger at all. It is the part of us that is connected to everything and everyone. There is so much peace here. There is so much peace here. Let us go there now and know the peace and know the love that is present within us at all times. It is expanding with our awareness. Let us go now and know about it. And as we slowly bring our awareness back to the right here, right now, feeling the support of the chair or the ground upon which we are sitting, and knowing that we are fully supported in all ways and always. Same way that we're supported by the ground, by the chair, we're supported by life itself. Bringing back with us this deep sense of peace, ease, grace, and letting it permeate our day. As you feel comfortable, go ahead and open your eyes. Well, welcome back. We've got 10:22 here. I don't know if some people are just going to join us for celebration or if it's this and celebration. So I am going to go ahead, put some music on here for just a couple minutes, put our meditation music back up. I'm going to refill my cup of coffee. I suggest you guys do the same. And we'll meet you back here in just a minute to start our actual celebration, okay? Here we go. The Facebook isn't working and I see why. I had it streaming just to me. I'm going to change that right now and you should be able to see us on Facebook as well. And Mel, you can change that then. And so if you guys want to go to Facebook, it should be available in just a second. Okay. Sorry about that. The good news is that now I should be on both Facebook and YouTube. I got a little glitch in there. And there we go. Now, got our audio going over here. Let's see if we can get that back. And you got, yep. See me on Facebook now. Mel, if you want to do the watch group as we had talked about, we can certainly do that. It's there now. I apologize for the meditation not showing up there. But we're on YouTube We're on the website. We're on Facebook. Yay me! Woohoo! It's a lot of technology. Don't you love the cup? Perfect for right now. Thank you, Jenny. My niece Jenny brought this for me from England. And as I say, we'll give it just a few more minutes until 10:30, because some people might be joining us just for the Sunday celebration. Honor that timing. There we go. Let's see. Let's see if we got it over at the group. Got a second screen over here. Thank you, Mel, for posting that link. Appreciate it. Well, I think my technology brain is about as far as it'll go today. So we're gonna go with this the way that it is. Turn that off so that I'm not distracted here while I'm with you. Pardon my slip. See how I am? Wish there was a way that I can find on here, maybe between now and next Sunday I will, or I can be in communication with you during the celebration. I'm gonna try that one more time with the Facebook. I should be able to see you if you're on Facebook and looking at the screen. My understanding is that the watch party is the best way to do that. We'll try and get all the tools to work together. Morning was to have music and message and everything. And I got Zoom working so that we could see the video on Zoom, and it was great. And so we could have people in multiple locations and pull them all in through this tool. And then the sound on that didn't work. So technology is great when it works. And here to my page. I'm wondering if I can see stuff. It's streaming in from a different tool than Facebook itself. We'll see. But I'd like to do standing in the light today. And a great way to do that would be with comments. And I'll either see them or I won't, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. And we've come up at 10:30. All right. So let's pray in again. Can't ever pray in too much. So we'll do that here. So settling into the right here, right now, knowing together there is just one thing going on. There is just this thing called life, this thing called love, this thing called peace, this thing called joy. It is in us, it is as us, it is through us. It is everything that we are and then some. It is all things made manifest and everything in the unknown. There is only God. There is only God. So this is what I know. That God is grace, and God is ease, and God is love, and God is truth, and God is joy, and God is expansion. And this is what I know for each and every one of us today. Peace, love, joy, expansion, they are our nature and our birthright. And they're happening right here, right now. Because we're coming together as a group, because we are God made manifest, stardust made manifest. This is our nature, to grow, expand, and be more. So I trust the process. I trust this life, and I live from a space of joy and love, starting right now. Right now. So as I know this to be true, I know this to be true for each one watching this video. All is well. All is well. So let's enter this together, saying so it is. All right, let's do away with our music here. All righty. So we've got a reading. I'm going to start today with a reading from my Mark Nepo book again. I had that yesterday, I should say, I read the reading from March 21st, and I'm going to read the reading from March 22nd because, Mark has this way of being timely all the time. These are the best readings. I read this as part of my spiritual practice. I read this every day. March 22nd, Sabbath time. Work when there is work to do. Rest when you are tired. One thing done in peace will most likely be better than 10 things done in panic. I'm not a hero if I deny rest. I'm only tired. Susan McHenry. When I need to be refreshed or renewed, I return to the doorways of the heart that have opened me before. I walk and stand beside the big willow and wait for its familiar sway to speak to me. I replay that special piece of piano music that made its way into the sore crease of my heart and let things unfold. I make some tea and sit in my favorite chair and carefully pull out my old and tattered E. E. Cummings book and read, I thank you, God, for most this amazing day. I try to open the hours with softness and silence, the two threads that unravel into gratitude, and wait for the miracle to return. This is the renewing atom of the Sabbath for me. I try to start each day with such a small, endearing moment before the bumps and nicks and noise rush in, before the confusions and conflicts tighten my sense of things. For me, the heart constricts and dilates like the eye. When it's constricted, there is no rest. The world seems smaller and meaner and full of danger. So Sabbath time becomes the essential as a practice that dilates everything tight. These private moments of rest restore, make ore out of the rest, and loosen the knots of the world by slowing down the heart. In rest, I always remember that what ties me to the earth is unseen. Just the other day, I was constricted. My heart was beating like a heron awakened in the weeds, no room to move. Tangled and surprised by the noise of my mind, I fluttered without grace to the center of the lake, which humans call silence. I guess, if you should ask, peace is no more than the underside of the tired wings resting on the lake, while the heart in its feathers pounds softer and softer. Isn't that wonderful? I love Mark Nepo. He's like one of my favorite authors. So this is from the Book of Awakenings. How wonderful that is. It reminds us that every day we have the opportunity to call it Sabbath day, and especially right now, we have the opportunity for Sabbath, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. My talk today is called Spiritual Reboot, because I think that we are in a spiritual reboot right now, or at least we have the opportunity to be. So are we taking advantage of that opportunity, and are we giving ourselves a spiritual reboot? I'm going to start with a story for Hal Lambert, or actually it's just a one-liner, Hal. You're going to like this one. You're going to tell your friends. You ready? I've seen that all of the salons and nail parlors are closed down, so it's going to get ugly around here pretty fast. Ooh, it's horrible, isn't it? Horrible. But I had to start with something like that. Now you guys have a joke to share. All right. Um, I'm going to talk today. The center closing and us going to a virtual platform was met with some very mixed reactions, very mixed. Um, I got some feedback that how could I be afraid, that it wasn't what we taught, and potentially my being out of integrity. And I don't feel that I'm out of integrity at all. In fact, I would compare what we're doing with preparing for a hurricane. Now, I've been in Florida for over 30 years now. And so my preparations for a hurricane have changed over the years. At first, hurricane was a big thing. Being from Wisconsin, hurricane, it was confusing to me. I didn't understand it. Is this something to take seriously? Is it something to be afraid of? Is it something to run from? How do I respond? And in the last 30 years, it's changed quite a bit because hurricanes happen here. It's part of living in Florida. And so we've got to be prepared. So it goes kind of like this. We hear that there's this storm brewing out in the Gulf, and we watch it. And then as it comes closer, we start to make some preparations for that storm potentially coming to us. And those preparations might look like going outside and trimming the tree to make sure there aren't any loose limbs. It might look like getting water supply. It might look like stocking up on food a little bit. Um, and then we continue to monitor the storm and see where it's going and if it's going to come and impact us. And the more that it gets closer to us, the more that we prepare for it coming. Now, there is no fear in there. There isn't fear in doing this. There's just a matter of factness that, well, there's a storm in the Gulf and it could very well hit us. And we could be without electricity for a couple of weeks. And it might be hard to get gas, and it might be hard to get food because roads could be blocked. And we better get some cash, because I remember my first storm, I didn't have any cash and all the ATMs were down. And so fortunately, some of my friends did have cash. I was able to borrow some money because that was the only way that you could create an exchange for things that you were looking for that were available. So these are things that we learn and we just do because the storm is on the way. Now, this storm is called coronavirus. And we watched it. We watched it cross different countries. We watched it come closer, and we're preparing. And when we cut the trees, trim the trees, and we secure our lawn furniture, we move our lawn furniture in, it's because those things can become projectiles and they can actually hurt others if we leave them outside or leave them unattended to. So our due diligence is in taking away the things that might hurt others, that might hurt our neighbors, that might impact them in any way. Our staying in right now is because we are the projectiles. We could be carrying this virus unwittingly and unknowingly, and have an effect on people that we love or that we're around. And I love all of you guys very, very much. And that's why we're taking these precautions. We're taking these precautions because we are the projectiles, and we're tethering them or cutting them away from the tree, so as to keep everybody healthy. So that is why the decisions were made, and that is the space that they were made from. There is no fear in me. There is no fear in me. The Course in Miracles would say there's only love and fear. And I've always enjoyed that idea, that there's only love and fear. I think it's highly possible that is true, that we can be working from a space of love or fear. And I am absolutely working from a space of love right now. I love you all. And so we are keeping our distance and respect for what could or could not be part of our health. So we had some discussions in midweek tune-up about the effects of what we're doing. And one of the effects has been a slowing down of everything. Are you noticing that? Being home, and some would say, in jail or anchored to home or whatever, but there's been a big slowing down just I can tell you in my life, hugely. I've been messing around with technology all week, as you know, and trying to figure out how we could do this and have the greatest thing possible. And you're ending up with me in my office, but it's still, we can be together in this way. So, yay, that's fantastic. Um, but even so, I mean, I'm a rusher, I'm a hurrier, I have so many things on my plate all the time. Any of you that know me know that's her nature. But this week, not so much. I've been focused. I've been home. I've been with my husband and our four-leggeds. And I am finding a peace in there that's absolutely profound and wonderful. Just spending time with those that I love, and being in the space of my home, which I absolutely love. I love my home. When we were talking about it in midweek tune-up, one person said that they just found that they didn't even realize how much they were rushing from one thing to the next. They had to get to the store to do this, or they had to go there to do that, and that was the way that they lived their life. And they said, I'm retired. Why am I doing this? Why am I not living more in peace? Now, this is where I'm talking about spiritual reboot. I think that we're being given the opportunity here to recognize the peace that is always available for us, but do we take it? Do we live from that space? Do we engage in our spiritual practices? I do my spiritual practices every day. I journal and read Mark and meditate and so on. But this is another level. This is another level of peace. This is another level of calm. And can we take this spiritual reboot into our life beyond the coronavirus? I think that we're being called to do this. Look at the effects. This is having global effects. In Venice, they are seeing fish in the water. The waters are blue. They've been green for years and years and years. And they are seeing clear waters, clear enough that they can see fish swimming in those waters. This is a result of taking the boats out of the water for a while. The earth is healing. The CO2, let me look at my notes here. Researchers in New York said that carbon monoxide, mainly from cars, has been reduced by nearly 50% compared to last year, just in these past couple of weeks. This is in New York City. After 1 week, how can we change the globe together by creating more of a space for more peace in our life, and hunkering down or being home more in our life, by deciding when to go out and drive, and when we can stay home, to combine things maybe a little bit more than we have. The emissions of planet healing, emissions of planet heating gas, CO2, have fallen sharply, especially in China. They're seeing in China that they can see the skies again, which hasn't happened in many, many years. And so the planet is changing. The planet is healing. And we, as people, can take this opportunity to heal as well. We can heal our thoughts. We can heal our relationship with Source. We can reveal. We would say, as religious science, there's nothing to heal, there's only God to reveal, right? So we can reveal this thing as God, as ourself, in ourself, as our life, as our experience of life, by taking time, by calming down, by slowing down, by being with this thing called life more. Let's see, I'm checking my notes here to see if I have missed anything. Oh, another thing that we've been doing here at the house, that I would imagine a lot of you guys are doing too, is decluttering and clearing. As religious scientists, we think that decluttering, or believe that decluttering and clearing, creates the space for something new all the time. And we are doing that right now by being in this space. We are creating the space for something new. So why not declutter and clear while you're doing it? to really open up the space. Now, if there's a space in your life that you're looking to see some shift in, declutter and clear in that space, because it's gonna have an impact. But any decluttering and clearing at this time will have a definite impact. I think, yep. And I have on my notes here, more opportunity to engage in spiritual practices. I can't say that enough. You know that that's my answer to everything: spiritual practices, spiritual practices, spiritual practices. So I guess my question to you is, what are you going to take from this? Or are you going to become in this? What is the value in this for you? Because there can be and is a value in this for you. And are you doing a spiritual reboot right now so that you can be open and aware and receptive to the good that is seeking to come for you by means of what's going on in this planet right here and right now? I know the question on everybody's mind is, what would Ernest Holmes say? I'm glad you asked. This is from How to Use the Science of Mind, page 2. Man is given power over his own life. He cannot alter the laws of nature, but he can so alter his relationship to them that that which had him bound may now free him. I had that part highlighted in my book. I'm going to read that sentence again because I think it's very powerful. Man is given power over his own life. He cannot alter the laws of nature, but he can so alter his relationship to them that that which may have bound him may now free him. He has been given the prerogative of spontaneous thinking. He has been given the ability to initiate a new chain of causation. He announces his own activity. This activity is an activity of divine mind operating through him. It is the original creative cause doing something new through him. We cannot think of spirit as static, but as forever unfolding its divine nature. It is doing this in the physical universe independently of our personal thought. In our personal lives, it must do this through our thinking. In such degree as our thinking is in accord with the original nature, the same orderly procession of harmonious ideas will operate in our affairs that are already operating in the larger world which we experience, but neither create nor control. This leaves us individual freedom within the law of the universal harmony, individual within a universal coordinating will. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So spirit is everywhere present. It's greater than everything we're experiencing, but it is in, through, and as everything we're experiencing. And in such degree as our thinking is in accord with the original nature, as we are engaging in our spiritual practices, as we are seeking peace, as we are being love, everything will unfold with grace, with universal harmony. Right? Right. So let's take this into prayer. I am knowing that there is one thing going on here. One life, one love, one peace, one joy. And it is unfolding as each of ours experience of life right here and right now. Each one here is this life incarnate. And right now, what has happened is an alignment with our will and the will of Source. There is an alignment, and we work from this place of peace. We work from this place of love. We work from this place of abundance. And we know more joy, more peace, more love as our life experience. So I am so happy and grateful to know that all I need to do is know these truths. And it is done. It is done for each and every one of us. We are whole, perfect, and complete right here, right now. and we live from a space of joy. For this and so much more, I am eternally grateful and thankful. So let's claim this together by saying, and so it is. So be it. I am still not able to see the any comments or stuff coming through, so I'm sorry for that. But if you'd like to, please leave a comment below one of the videos on Facebook if you can find it. It should be in both my page and the center's page. What are you standing in the light for this week? Now, when we stand in the light, we stand in the light knowing the truth of a situation. So I am standing in the light for my little precious who's getting better and better and better. I'm standing in the light for my mom, knowing her perfection. I'm standing in the light for each and every one in our community, knowing that they know peace and love and broader sense of spiritual practice and harmony in this time. I am standing in the light for my husband because he is just a marvel living here with me. And I'm standing in the light for each and every one watching this video. I know you are whole, perfect, complete. You are God incarnate. You are stardust made manifest. And all is unfolding for your greater good with ease and grace. So be it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And we will see you later this week. Stay tuned. There will be lots of opportunities to connect. And I'll let you know what they are as we figure it out, okay? Much love to you all.